This is my simple sugar biscuit recipe. I'm turning them into chocolate Oreos. We'll put hard icing in the middle and put two together. So I'm making a triple batch. That's just a single batch. I've got 3 cups of butter, a cup of cocoa, 6 eggs, 3 cups of brown sugar, and I'll add 6 cups of flour. So I've got my 3 cups of butter. I'm adding my 3 cups of brown sugar, and now we're just going to mix them together and cream it up. Now we've got that creamed up, the sugar and butter, we're just going to add our eggs in and beat them in. So there we have, that's the butter, sugar and eggs all creamed together. Now we're just going to add our cocoa, and we're just going to lightly mix that in before we start adding the flour, of course. So I've lightly got that mixed in there a little bit. That's just so I don't spill it everywhere. Now I'm going to go in with 6 cups of flour. I just add a good pinch of salt, and then I just lightly start stirring it in with a wooden spoon. I will eventually have to go in with my hands. So this is a little bit wetter biscuit than most people are used to. It's because I roll it in Glad wrap and set it in the fridge before we slice it out. But I've been in there with my hands and given that a good mix. So yeah, it is quite sticky. I did add a little more flour because my cups of butter were a bit big. But yeah, so we'll roll that out now. Okay, I've just laid some Glad wrap out on my kitchen bench. Now I just get some of the mixture, and I kind of form a log along the Glad wrap. We roll it up in the Glad wrap, and that's how we get the size and shape of the biscuit we want. So I'll show you when I roll it up. So now I've rolled the log out a bit, and then we just kind of roll it around our bench a little bit, and that just makes your cookies round. They're not going to be perfect, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so we'll pop that in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we slice them. So we're back at our homemade chocolate Oreos. So my dough has been in the fridge. I think mine's been in the fridge overnight. So it's nice and solid, which makes it really easy to cut. You cut them to the thickness you want your cookies, because there's no rising agent in it. So what you cut them to is the size of the cookie you'll get. So then I just come over here to my baking paper, and I pop them out on the baking paper. When they come out of the oven, they will still be a little bit soft. I cook them for 10 minutes on 160 degrees. My oven is a little hotter than some ovens. These guys are out, they've cooled. When I take them out of the oven, I do leave them on the baking paper for about 10 minutes just to cool, so because they're soft when they come out, and then I dump them over here to make sure they're 100% cold to ice. Making a hard icing to go in our Oreo cookies. So I've got my icing sugar in there. I have got 3 egg whites, good pinch of salt, lightly whisked to break the egg whites up. Dumping that in there. I have got juice of a lime. We've got some vanilla essence, good slurp of that. And then I'll just give it a bit of a mix to see how much butter I want to add. And I don't have to add any butter at all. That's the consistency I'm looking for. Now it's time to make a mess. I've got a piping bag there. I've just got it sitting in the cup so that I can fill it slowly and try not to make too much of a mess. Probably should have used a spoon. Now we've just laid our cookies out. I've got them in pairs so they're relatively the same size. I just go in and give a smidge, because that will be our insert on the cookie. So it goes like that. Then we just come in with our cookie top and pop it on. So there you can see that will set hard. Probably could have put a little bit more icing in it, but it will set hard, and they store really well in the freezer or in an airtight container for a week. Great school, after school, at school snacks.